Okay, so now let me, like what I was just explaining to Rod is simple. You see this scanner, as far as gold is concerned, you don't need me to give you take profit stop loss. Just obey the rule of the scanner. As many of you have the scanner and you are underutilizing it, it's not good. First of all, you need basic knowledge of the market. And I've told us that market, see, forget plenty and big English people speak. Who see this my trade? You must have done another crazy, my goodness. I must have been in load of money. Let me check, guys. Sorry. Let's see, just quickly. I, of course, Euro USD have to go banana now. All of them, they have to go banana. Okay, so sorry, just a moment. I need to just show you guys something. Oh, massive. What's going on? What's going on here? Yeah. After the pump, it has dumped swiftly. It has dumped swiftly. Massive. You rush it up and now to start jumping up. It went to that one for thereabout. Okay, now quickly, this is the thing about the market. One of the lovely thing about the market, you see now it's now rallying up very as fast as possible. Now look at this something. That's something we must understand when it has to do with the market. Everything is not now. It's just that somebody starts taking note of it, and for people to take into account of what the market have capacity of doing. Now, market has a movement. So please, market have a movement. We have said that the market price is fractals. So things that matters in market and quickly pay attention to it so that while you're using your scanner, you just feel free and don't even disturb yourself unnecessarily. Now let me just do this. And I know a lot of people are watching, so pay attention to this very crucial, and that's going to help you. I have just 15 minutes to do that, okay? I have 15 minutes to do this I want to do, and that's going to help a lot of people. Thank God I've dirty my screen. I don't have time to clean it off here. Okay, now, generally speaking, market is controlled by this. First, price action. So get that straight to your mind. Second, liquidity. All right. So, or you can call it liquidity pools. Okay. So these two things are very important in the market. Then if from liquidity pool, you can talk of volumes. Okay. Because it's still the same child or whatever. So, but these two things are very crucial. So then people talk about the institutional footprint. All right. Institutional footprint. Or perhaps you can just copy one thing and call it um, area of focus. AOF. These are three things that matters in the market for you. Now, if that is the case, since price is fractals, everything in the market is fractals. How? In Forex, for instance, we have 5 active trading days. The Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday. Check it. Most professional traders, you see them on Monday, they don't trade. Do you know what they tell? That the market is accumulating for Monday. The markets just continue to accumulate. People are still trying to figure out setting their setup and all of that. That for that the price is going to be doing this. So pay attention is very important. That for that the market was going to be doing this on Monday, sideways, irrespective of what the market does. That is going to be accumulation. That on Tuesday, this is what happened in Tuesday. So pay attention. And so every time frame you are trading, that's what you should look out for. And fortunately enough, market now formed sections. Okay. Now, so that the market does this, accumulate on Mondays. That on Tuesday, the market find a way to break out of the Monday's range. That's so the market could actually come out and jump out, retest, and move up. That's so if that is the case, Tuesday is meant for expansion. Now, if the market ordinarily where it started from had been extremely bullish on a higher time frame, that's so market on Wednesday is known for its reversal character. That's so Wednesday is known for its reversal character. That's so therefore Wednesday could take the market up a little and then push back to this range. And if they still have capacity, will continue or return back to this range or break below and now reject here. So Wednesday, Thursday continue it, and Friday actually can pull back as it were. So in other words, that the market actually does three things. So from that three movement, all right, of the market, from that three movement of the market, so what's going to happen? From that three movement of the market, that is to say, the market had three sessions. The market has three sections. So the market had three sections. So what happened? We have the Asia session, we have the London session, and we have the New York session. Now listen, that London session is known to play the role of Monday market. That Asia session is known to play the role of Monday market. And the London section is known to play the role of Tuesday market. That the New York is known to play the role of Wednesday market. So Wednesday is known for reversal. That's the mid-week. Now, if is the case, then you're going to look at, you see me when I was entering the market and I was telling us that if London has expanded, then what we are going to have, if London has expanded, so what we are going to have is for New York to compress. So, and that was what I did here. You don't need to, either you have what's it called? Call it for me, sorry. Thank God you have started disturbing my screen. Draw your own now. Why are you drawing on my screen? Okay, so now, if that is the case, what you're going to have is like this. Okay, what you're going to have is like this. How? This is Asia session. Asia start by 12 a.m. So that's from here. Okay, this is from here. Asia from 12 a.m. GMT plus 1 to 8 a.m. GMT plus 1. You have this. So that means this is Asia session. Okay, so that is Asia session. So this is the range, which is accumulation for Asia session. London open at 9 a.m. GMT plus 1. So what it did, if London had pushed here, probably then it rolled back, it may end up being in the range or still hanging. So that means this market, London, created an expansion. London created an expansion. So I could just take this box to draw that. So London created an expansion So London before New York open. All right. So London has created an expansion. So all I want to achieve, because it's still interwoven, London is still on. So let's just keep it there. So this is the low of London and this is the high of London. Now, the New York open at 2 p.m. GMT plus 1. So what New York will do is to deliver. So that means that was why I expected my buyers. I expected a push down, though the news amplified the whole thing. So even this rally up the market is still doing, perhaps market will still collapse. So expecting a push down, that make a lot of sense for me. So my bias was that, okay, we're going to move down, perhaps to sweep the London low or to sweep the Asian low. So you can see to sweep the Asian low. So let's take our sniper calls scanner. Yeah. So let me take the Asia sessions or trade session off. So here you have this. We now come down to 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, even in 3 minutes or 1 minute or 5 minutes. Because if you do 5 minutes, gold has too much volume. You may not be able to find an entry because like this, you now say, okay, when this candle close, you will miss it. If you go to 3 minutes, if you say when this candle close, you see, you'll miss it. Then if you go to 1 minute, that's going to give you sniper entry. Now look at your scanner. Powerful. So your scanner, because your bias was already bearish, and if your bias was bearish, and look at this is the opening, I think this is the opening of New York. So you push in and then sweep to take what we call buy side liquidity. That's not the issue. You don't need to know so much about that. But if you know it, it's good. But that's not the issue. The issue is that your own scanner, it took out the buy side liquidity. And what happened? It printed accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. What do you mean by accumulation, manipulation, and distribution? Fantastic. It displayed Monday, Wednesday, Thursday market, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday market, range, expand, delivery. So range, expand. So this candle is meant to be the range. This is meant to be the manipulation. This is meant to be the distribution. You will see all of the signal I was showing to her. I said, I don't like this signal. I don't like this setup. I don't like this signal. It's not an A plus. It's not an A plus and all of that. Why? The close of the third candle supposed to go towards the direction of where you want the market to go to. Look at this. This candle. In fact, this candle now form what we call, most of you study candle. Don't cram candle in your brain. But most of you understand candle. After a Maribozu candle open, it is said to be the market going towards the direction, and that's what you have here. But you already have this part of 3 candle. This is a swing point, and every swing point is meant to be a reversal. So this is a swing point: accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. For conservative trader, and that's why I go to 1 minute so that you can find your entry earlier, is that after the first candle, the second candle, the third candle form, then your entry is here and your stop loss is here. And then now, because you're using your pips level, which is the psychological level, before you even get here, you will have taken profit on 50 pips. Because if you look at these pips now, it's 150. So that means you have taken profit up to 1, 2, 3 levels. Oh, yes. Now, the same thing. This guy had happened. We're here. And then your scanner 2 had printed out a sell. Now, this is what I normally do sometimes. If you look at it, here this, for conservative trader, so you are here, and your stop loss here. Sometimes you see me when a signal is too difficult, I will say, instead of taking big entry, I'll take small entry. So here we have, so my stop loss is just 86 pips. And then if you follow by your, call it for me, your pips level, 50, 100, 150, you will take that. But as the market came, the magic happened. And you know that when you check your candlestick, you know that this candle that came down is normally not regular candle, but a news. That gave about 610 pips. It may be your last, it may be the small position that you are going to take that will remain there. Now, but if you check it, you see that what happened? The market actually came. What did it do? It swept the Asian low. This is Asian low. It swept the Asian low and returned. So in spite of the news, the power of this market not to continue breaking down below the Asian low means that the market actually want to still bounce back. But what it has done was to have swept the Asian low. So the idea about the market, to understand that market move in three ways, just like you say your trend, uptrend, downtrend, and sideways. So it's the same thing. Then market again, cycle of the market move in three waves, where you have the first one. So we normally say the market does this. Market have the roof and the floor, which we call the spring and the thrust. The spring is where the market have been accumulating to an extent, and it now have a leap down, which is to lift up the load of itself. And that means when it leap down, which is called manipulation, and which is like displacement. And once it take down off, then a return back to the range. That means the market is set to now move up. It start creating wave one, major pullback, wave two, major pullback, third wave. At the third wave, then the next thing, if you expand, is getting to an exhaustion point. So when you get to that exhaustion point, irrespective of the time frame, maybe 1 hour time frame and all of that, at that exhaustion point, it could actually create a sideways move. Now, that leap up, probably where it will sweep liquidity, is what we refer to as thrust. All right? At that thrust, and that's exactly what Bitcoin did that many people do not understand. Bitcoin did that and push up. And since that push up now on Bitcoin, we had not returned back. Right? So like this was a thrust that gold did before we start crashing down. And you can see the powerful power of 3. And you can see our scanner say sell. And that sell was what we sold down as massive as possible. If you go on daily time frame, the buy the scanner gave you to buy since has not changed on daily time frame. Look at it. It was the last buy. That was November last year. That was a thrust. That was a spring. All right. So the same thing, so that it's the same market. There's no different. Look at the last for Bitcoin. This is like taking out the buy side liquidity, and we have a thrust. After the thrust, then we have been leaping down. It came and created another thrust here. It didn't see the light of the day, right? The market continued, right? So now this movement that is happening here now, after much accumulation and a fall down, that means Bitcoin is still going to crash. Perhaps you may see Bitcoins to still crash back to another 60,000 or 58,000, 57,000, probably before moving up. Though I'm already saying the Bitcoin movement or whatever anyone is say about the bull market or bear market, I was already off as much as possible for a very long time. So the explanation I just give to us is very important as long as you are trading and then using your scanner either for Bitcoin, so you can see. Now, if I didn't pay attention to this, that was Asia session sweep by distributing or delivering of New York from taking off the buy side liquidity of London session on gold. And that's a similar thing you can see here. Where is it here? If I go to 1 minute. Okay, so that's exactly what happened here. Push it all, swap these, and it's not like a market structure shift, but that was like a buy side liquidity, and then deliver to the London Asia low, then the market move up. So your scanner is very powerful if you can pay attention to the instruction. But if you do not, so you can see the move is swept down crazily here, and that was the last point it created here. Like, what? 5,021 before we move back up. Now, I just have to let me take this time to explain. And the person that said, while I was silent, you collected the money. So come and give us tax. I've taken your I've taken your TIN number. You don't pay us tax, we report it to we report it to tax collectors. Come and give us your tax TIN number.
You know,
Yeah.
federal government has removed tax now.
All right, guys. So this is just very important so that all of us who have the scanner to be easy for us, because I know a lot of people, we don't pay attention to rules. We just do things. And so if you pay attention to rules, it's going to be very helpful. But if you don't pay attention to rules, it's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's unfortunate that some of us will be still skeptical for some time taking trade. But I always tell people is that when you are not too sure, go back to study more, and then it's going to help you. And I have said, if you're trading currencies and all of that, you may not necessarily use the psychological level, right? You probably just use demand and supply zone, and that's going to help you so much, right? Because the demand and supply zone, you can just navigate the range up and all of that. If you see that my trade now, after giving me the first TP or something, okay, on Bitcoin, it came down again to this support, that's kind of support as it were, and then continuing to rally up. Maybe that's when you're going to get to next one. All right. So we have powerful scanners that can help you if you can pay attention to simple instruction. Okay, guys. So I think I need to call it today because the day is fast spent. The news chop part of your money. And I will always advise many of us the best time to always take gold and find peaceful trading atmosphere, especially with your scanner, is usually in the morning, maybe anything 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or those of us who can wake up midnight, depending on your location. But that's from 1 a.m. To 4 a.m. GMT plus 1. That's 1 a.m. to 3. Active activities start from that 12, but gap may be very big. But if you wake up 1 a.m., just take 1 hour or 2 hours, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Powerful. There is no news, no this thing. Makes sense. You scalp, you make money. Can I tell you, if you use those time, exactly those of you are working, complaining of you do not have time in the daytime, use your night. 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Trust me, if you practice this for the next 1 month, you'll come back and tell me and give a lot of testimony. Try it and you see. Then 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning to 7:30 a.m. That's before even London section opens and all of that. Trust me, you're going to see massive movement in the market. You make a lot of money. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice time. Bye-bye. Love you. Let's make more money. Let's help ourselves to make more money. Okay? Make sense? So that we can help ourselves to help as many body as we can. Okay? So my Bitcoin trading is still going on. Look at it on 1 minute. Okay, somebody is asking a question. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll get back to you. The scanner. There's some of you requested for document, and I've not accepted you. I'll do that, and then those of you who are already a subscriber to the scanner, I've gotten it. And if you know you are subscribed for the scanner, I've not added you to the group. Please chat up with me so that you can be added up on all that. Thank you very much, and do have a nice time, everybody. Bye.